to raise a kid has never existed in the real world. I don't know about that one.
Food, lunch breaks. We're making them 5 minutes shorter around here because someone, I'm not naming names, has been taking suspiciously long trips to the bathroom. You can get hemorrhoids in the comfort of your own home, people, not on company time. Speaking of 5, this is the 5th internet report to air, and while I doubt it will have the same impact as the cultural touchstone Mambo No. 5 by Lou Bega, it will have the same amount of name dropping and trombone. God! It's been over 2 months since our last internet report, and we've missed a lot of interesting stories, so we here at the Totally Real and Not Just a Green Screen studio want to extend a formal apology for failing to fulfill our journalistic duties. You see, we've been learning a lot about how to apologize with helpful examples like this one. You gotta go and be angry at me being into teens. Allegedly, I'm super famous, so
Sorry, I was muted. I was crunching and munching. For anyone on mobile who doesn't understand what's happening, they're making fun of Cody Ko for DJing in the midst of the allegations against him about, you know, having sex with a minor.
I don't do well with apologies. That happened so long ago. Why are you trying to cancel me? Now my subreddit is full of haters. God, I hope this doesn't get copyrighted. Yeah. Hey, if it's good enough for Cody Co, it's good enough for us. Don't want to jeopardize getting that citizenship, huh, bud? Maybe YouTubers are the real immigrant threat the GOP should be worried about. Secure that border. The Canadian one, that is. But before we continue, this internet report is sponsored by the world's biggest cooking-themed mobile game, Cooking Fever. It's Cooking Fever's 10th anniversary, and they want to celebrate with you. That's right, there are games on the App Store that have been around for a decade, and unrelated, I just felt a single hair turn gray. Download the game for free on iOS or Android using the link in my description or the QR code on screen.
You guys download the game right now. Download it right now. I was gonna say one thing. On the topic of securing the Canadian border, I had a conversation with Anissa about Canadians, and she had a very good theory on why Canadians suck so bad. But basically, she was talking about how there's so many Canadians that are right-wingers who talk about U.S. politics, who talk about the United States and its politicians and its legislative process and what we have and what we don't have. And they feel very comfortable talking about it because they don't understand what it's actually like to live in the United States and not have any healthcare at all. Oh, you're having some weird symptom? Yeah, but I don't have like a few hundred to thousands of dollars to go to a doctor, so I'm just not going to do anything. I'm Canadian, this is real. And it's why like the Canadian conservatives are especially bad. Because the American conservatives, they know how bad our country sucks. And they say, yeah, but it's worse in other places. Whereas the Canadian conservatives, they don't know what it's like to live in a country where you go to the doctor. It is so sobering the first time you go to a doctor as an adult and you have to pay your own medical bills. You're like... But I just got an IV. Why does it say $3,000? Excuse me. Excuse me? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Racism is like super in right now.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about shit all the time. Do you guys, have you ever had black girlfriends?
Yeah.
Have you ever had white girls? What's your favorite?
You love them all.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That means white.
Yo, who gets
Just check the comment section under literally any Instagram reel or what one of the richest men in the world is publicly tweeting all the time. Or that plastic hag orbiting our most convincingly tanned presidential candidate like that greasy incel from Lord of the Rings. Why do you lay these troubles on an already troubled mind?
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
God, it's like hundreds of gallons of early 2000s racism milk has just been barrel aging in the internet storage closet and is now exploding stinky racism cottage cheese all over the damn place. Sorry, I know my metaphors aren't very well thought out and can be kind of juvenile, like Dr. Disrespect's Twitch Whisper messages and the person he was sending them to, respectively. Zing! His vacation was unexpectedly short, like the confused child trying to play checkers against him in that epic image he tweeted out at the end of July, a tweet he was getting mercilessly ratioed under as he pitifully tried to pander to the far-right bottom feeders of the platform. He officially announced his return on September 5th with this animation where he's fleeing a helicopter to an island. The joke isn't even fun anymore, it's just too easy at this point.
Champions Club. We're just getting started.
He's desperately trying to position himself as this
The fact that he made that tweet and then he replied to the tweet in like alternating caps lock saying he's going to Epstein Island. You just know, dude, you just know Dr. Disrespect has never gotten bullied when he was younger and he doesn't know what to do about people making fun of him. Like he really tried to like reclaim the pedophile jokes about himself. Because I guess for a second he thought, maybe they'll laugh with me, not at me. And it's like, you have a very fundamental misunderstanding about how bullying works, sir. Very fundamental misunderstanding here.
misunderstood anti-hero instead of just a creepy guy in his 40s who really doesn't want to stop playing video games for a living, going so far as to claim that his tweet admitting to messaging a minor was all part of a clever plan to bait journalists.
You also said the word minor, Cody. I even made sure that word was emphasized in my statement, edited, etc., just to make sure these so-called journalists would pick up.
And then remember when he was like, I'm going to sue you guys for slander. I'm going to sue all of you. It's like, no, dude. If a journalist reports, if a journalist writes in an article, Dr. Disrespect just tweeted, quote, I was messaging a minor inappropriately, end quote. It would appear from this text that Dr. Disrespect is admitting to doing what he has been accused of doing. That's if a journalist responded to your tweet admitting something with a quote from your tweet, that's not libel or slander or any of that shit, man. That's just them reporting on what you said. I would love to see that court case. I would love to see him waste all of the money that he got
on it. And boy, oh boy, did they ever, champs.
A level of bizarre, contrived retconning we haven't seen since the Star Wars sequels. And now he's just streaming again, like usual, almost as if we see influencers doing this all the time, ignoring controversy until the mob gets bored and moves on, almost as if getting canceled doesn't have to interrupt business as usual, so long as you have little enough self-respect to immediately grift a far more extreme audience who will not only tolerate your behavior, but celebrate it. And now over to Funky for the weather. Thank you, Funky. As you can see, we have some severe thunderstorms moving in from the southeast across the MrBeast empire. You can expect to see some heavy rainfall out over the next few weeks, and litigation with highs in the upper millions. Ava Tyson has stepped away from social media after inappropriate messages exchanged with minors were made public. This included explicit jokes and content shared either directly or in group chats with people under the age of 18. Ugh. Ava was also a patron of artist and repulsive degenerate, sorry, that was redundant, Shadman. If you're an individual whose unpoisoned mind has not yet been cursed with the knowledge of Shadman's existence, TLDR, the guy likes to draw little kids, including real-life children like Keemstar's daughter and actress Daphne Keane, who were 7 and 12 when they fell victim to his depraved imagination.
Hey, Liberty, thank you so much for the prime.
TLDR, the death penalty, Your Honor. The overwhelming...
My favorite thing about, I guess, like the aftermath of everything related to Ava Tyson is that obviously a bunch of leftists came out and said, hey, yeah, a lot of the shit that Ava Tyson was saying and doing was inappropriate and gross. I mean, I did a whole stream on it talking about how, in general, if you are an adult content creator, there's just no reason you should be talking to teenagers. Even if they're in your Discord server, there's no reason you should be talking to them at all. And I do think that there is a fundamental difference between messaging them in DMs and responding or talking to community members in a Discord. But I also just in general think that you just shouldn't do it. Right? I think buying a poster from this weird like Nazi lolly artist, bad, shouldn't do it. Amongst a bunch of other things. I think the most horrible thing that she was doing was tweeting really weird shit on her Twitter account that was like, there is nothing you can do to make this acceptable. However, from the aftermath of that, it's been very funny to watch conservatives be like, I can't believe this. You said bad things about Dr. Disrespect, and then you said bad things about Ava Tyson. Hypocrite much? It's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't understand. I don't, what? Okay. Yeah, both things are very bad, and people with positions of power shouldn't do them, and you shouldn't be talking to minors. But also, you have to recognize, and also, everyone in here agrees. There is a very big difference between a 35-year-old privately messaging a teenager inappropriately to try and meet up with some of these people at TwitchCon and a 20-year-old talking in their Discord, making inappropriate jokes, a Discord server that has teenagers in it. One of those is you're being very inappropriate. You're being very irresponsible with your platform. You should not be doing this under any circumstances. And the other one is you're a fucking predator. Oh my God, what the fuck? You can make a distinction between those two things without accepting or excusing either of them. Can we talk about how that's like 0.1% as bad as what Twitch is showing and promoting on their website measured in damage to society? What is Twitch promoting? Huh? Question mark? What? What are you talking about? Devourer of ass. Thanks for the 3 months of Prime.
Overwhelming evidence of gross behavior led MrBeast to announce that he had fired Ava. And also apparently means being openly transphobic online is actually totally fine. In a shocking turn of events, that rich guy that made a real-life version of that show about rich people exploiting poor people for entertainment may have been exploiting people for entertainment, and now everyone can't stop talking about it. You're tired of seeing this guy's face everywhere. I'm tired of seeing this guy's face everywhere. I can't even escape him when shopping at my local Target. He's not gonna suffer any consequences for his actions because he's too rich and famous, but hey, let's just get this over with! Contestants of the show Beast Games are taking Amazon and Jimmy Donaldson's company to court, claiming they were subjected to chronic mistreatment, with multiple people being hospitalized. Allegations include not providing participants with adequate food, rest, hygiene products, or compensation, as well as allowing a convicted criminal to compete. A heavily...
Yeah, I really want to do, we're going to do, maybe we should do it on the final, oh man, we're so close to the end of September, it's just tomorrow. Maybe not. But I do want to do eventually a subathon where we just go through and watch like a lot of like really good documentaries. I think that would be a really fun subathon. One of which is the one that I think It's called The Contestant. It made the rounds and people heard about it because of the MrBeast stuff that he was doing. I thought we could do that one. TLDR, The Contestant is about this guy who he was basically in solitary confinement for a year, 2 months. I don't remember the details. And he talks about how, yeah, it's a Japanese game show one. And he talks about how when you know that the money is life-changing, your mental health in that moment doesn't matter. Nasubi, yeah, a year and a half. It was a year and a half. Yeah. He talks about how your mental health doesn't matter and you just let it degrade because you know how important the money is. And so you just give yourself insanity because you're poor. And even though you know what you're doing is bad and you shouldn't do it, and in the long run, you will regret this decision, he continued to go through with it because you couldn't justify not doing it. It's almost like, oh my God, Squid Games' message was that it's bad to put poor people through torture for money. Whoa, that's crazy. Oh, that's crazy, man. What happened to like game shows that were fun? What happened to that? What happened to game shows where people did fun things, and if they won, they won, and if they didn't, they didn't? Sounds like a scientific way to prove that material conditions affect behavior. Yes. So I thought that would be fun. There's a couple other documentaries for sure that I want to watch. And then there are some fun documentaries that we've watched. I think we watched it on the alt channel, but it's been long enough that I kind of want to watch it on the main channel. The Boogie documentary. Oh my God, dude. That entire documentary. Don't get me wrong, the director, amazing job. Just incredible job. That guy really knows how to cook. But the documentary gives you psychic damage by the end of it. So maybe we'll plan something like that, okay? All right, back to it.
Redacted section of the legal documents claims that multiple female competitors were repeatedly sexually harassed, which the staff knew about and allowed to happen. The prosecution claims that this is a direct result of the misogynistic company culture that Jimmy himself has personally encouraged, citing what appears to be an employee handbook that he wrote with super professional advice, such as, if talent wants to, I don't know, draw a dick on the whiteboard in the video or do something stupid, let them. Really do everything you can to empower the boys. Help them be idiots. Wow, my hand just reflexively moved to cover a drink that I don't even have. With his PR crumbling like a Lamborghini that you can keep if you protect it, the obvious next move for Jimmy Beast would of course be collaborating on a knockoff Lunchable with other wealthy and controversial creators drowning in their own legal troubles.
Lunchly versus Lunchable.
More electrolytes. Ooh. My God!
I can't think of a more nutritious and well-balanced meal for my hypothetical child than a candy bar made by Dead-Eyed Willy Wonka and a sports drink that's more lawsuit than liquid. Speaking of meals, your lunch break starts now. Statistically rare, unproblematic Minecraft YouTuber Dan TDM responded to the product's announcement. What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better. To which Logan responded, I'll tell you what happened to sorry, I gotta do the voice. I'll tell you what happened to YouTubers. We spent our lives creating content and building our brands. Now, we want to build businesses. And then,
the worst part about this is the dude is already so fucking rich. Like, I feel like there is a subset. I'm gonna say it. There's Don't get me wrong, there are women who do this too, but in general, it happens more to men. I think women tend to find other hobbies that bring them joy, but I feel like there's a subset of men who don't have anything that brings them joy in life, so they think that making money is a hobby. And then they're like, I'm going to get the best at this hobby. This is going to be my favorite hobby. I'm just going to make a billion brands and businesses and be on my grind set and mindset and I got to build those bags and I got to make so much money. And it's like, have you tried having fun? Have you tried doing anything with any of that money that's not just blowing it? How about that? Maybe just, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Hilariously, given that Prime has been flagged by the Environmental Research Center for lead contamination and one of the many suits against
Just like Lunchables.
the company is claiming a dangerous concentration of PFAS chemicals, you don't say anything when Lunchables faces bans for allegedly containing lead. But when we create a better version, you're upset? Then don't eat it. KSI chimed in by calling Dan TDM's branded toys crap, despite having collaborated with the exact same companies in the past, and also digging through a decade of Dan's backlog to find a single snack subscription box sponsorship, which, I don't know, is kind of giving superfan behavior. I wonder what I would find if I dug through your business partner's backlog.
My God!
One unspoken rule of the internet: do not start beef with the OG Minecraft YouTubers. So few of them manage to keep their reputations intact, and of those that are left, we hold them close as living time capsules of the few years where Minecraft Let's Play number 37, We Found Diamonds, was the most important part of our day. Many prominent creators have rushed to Dan's defense, with Jacksepticeye tweeting out, "You mess with Dan TDM, you mess with YouTube," iBallistic Squid adding, "None of them are passionate about health towards fans, only their wallets, so disappointing," and IHasCupquake aka the woman who raised me replying, "Sad TBH." These creators aren't disgusting drama hounds like you and me, they're people who have managed to avoid controversy for years, but they still felt the need to comment on this. Meanwhile, Logan has been too busy getting fact-checked by the community notes under his own tweets and calling actual doctors idiots. Mr. MrBeast has also come forward to defend Lunchly as a better alternative to Lunchables and a net good. Nice to see he's available for comment when his food line is besmirched, and not when he's accused of running illegal lotteries, knowingly hiring registered sex offenders, and allowing people to be abused and injured for profit. You see, it's pretty obvious what Logan, KSI, and Jimmy are doing. They don't actually care about making healthier food for kids. They're taking advantage of an established company's tarnished reputation to swoop in and corner the market with a product that is marginally less a product many children will likely rely on as an actual meal to get through the day, because that's how they're marketing it. There's nothing wrong with YouTubers promoting food and beverages. LowBeastI, that's their ship name by the way, have already done so in the past, as have many of their critics. But trying to insert yourself as the new lunch staple for low-income families across the US comes with a lot of responsibility, and slapping 2.0 on processed junk to use as a vehicle to sell more units of your existing merchandise is an obvious cash grab. Speaking of obvious cash grabs,
I am Steve.
God, this editing, Jesus, I'm too millennial for this editing.
holy sh**, almost as soulless and disturbing as Charlie Kirk's smile.
What does fetus mean in Latin?
What the I'm sorry, is this
It means little human being.
What does fetus mean in Latin? I don't know, but the Romans used to use lead to make their wine taste better, so forgive me if I don't give a what they thought about little human beings, or pig little human beings, or dolphin little human beings.
Do you truly, in your heart of hearts, truly believe that this is a human being? This?
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt?
Yes.
This is a dolphin fetus. Without a doubt.
Huh. Latin is relevant again, and there's lead in our beverages? History really does repeat itself. You know the old saying, when in Rome, risk exposing massive amounts of the population to lead through their drinking water, or something like that. Wait, I already did a Roman Empire lead poisoning joke in a previous internet report? Well, I'm clearly losing my memories by the second, so let's hurry up and finish this before I stop knowing how to goodly make words in the right order. Hey, did you know Nikocado Avocado is skinny now? Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that that was something you were supposed to care about? On September 6th, famous mukbanger Nicholas Perry posted a video that shocked the internet called 2 Steps Ahead, in which at one
This is literally how I feel talking about random shit online. It's like, it's more like everybody else is talking about this thing and I'm mad that everybody else is talking about this thing. This is so fucking stupid.
third of his usual size and 1/3 of his usual volume, he described his channel as the greatest social experiment of his entire life.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead.
This has been the greatest social experiment for my entire life.
Which, I don't know, what's the experiment exactly? That if you're obnoxious enough, you'll eventually get attention online? I don't think you needed to inhale metric tons of Technicolor Talkie flavored noodles to prove that. He goes on an anime antagonist monologue about his viewers being ants while wearing the animal mascot of the husband of a mukbanger he feuded with in the past.
I feel as if I'm monitoring ants on an ant farm. One follows another, follows another, follows another. It's mesmerizing. But you are the ants.
He makes surface level observations about the negative effects of social media as if he's discovered something profound about human nature while gesturing with his hands like a Musical.ly cosplayer. Then he just did a very normal mukbang without any of the open mouth chewing, random screaming, or aggressive blinking that he's become known for with a bird that's supposed to be dead, according to a video he made back in 2019, mourning it.
You're so cute.
As an extra little twist, he posted a clip to his TikTok soon after his surprise announcement where he is at his former size, telling his audience that they're stupid for believing his 2 steps ahead speech.
I made a YouTube video and I said, I'm 2 steps ahead. My whole life is premeditated. It's calculative. It's manipulative.
His audience immediately spiraled into conspiracy theories, but it's pretty obvious this was a pre-recorded video. He posted an almost identical one to his Twitter over a year ago.
Last month, I made a YouTube video and I said, I'm 2 steps ahead. My life on the internet is a big social experiment.
It's actually pretty painful to watch this grown man live out his little light Yagami fantasy while thousands of people congratulate him for his genius.
So I am the villain. Because I made myself.
This guy.
Personally, I don't know why he's receiving so much praise for just recording footage in advance. If you maintain enough of a barrier between yourself and your audience, you can pretty easily control their perception of you. While this stunt took an impressive amount of dedication, Nicholas still has a long history of extremely toxic behavior that he's hidden behind the excuse of playing a character, and him being skinny doesn't change that. But unfortunately, he is right. People are likely going to be talking about him for years to come.
You will continue to consume these stories about me year after year after year.
Now it's time for the Internet Idiot Award, a segment
And
where
are these streams pre-recorded? You think I have the energy to pre-record streams? That's pretty impressive. Honestly, thank you.
I officially recognize the biggest clowns in the dingy circus tent full of jeering perverts that is the internet. And today's winner of the Internet Idiot Award goes to everyone who participated in the Chase Bank infinite money glitch trend.
Oh, dude, I saw that shit. I didn't follow it as well as some other people did, but for anyone who didn't know, people found this money glitch and then they found all the money subtracted from their account. That dude, you're using your card. Like, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen?
By the way, Grandma, $10? In this economy? You stingy old Yeah, turns out depositing a check for money you don't have and withdrawing the funds before it bounces isn't a super secret Sims cheat code. It's a crime. At first, I thought this was one of those situations where an older generation just didn't pick up on an ironic meme, and while there have been many satirical videos floating around about the situation on TikTok, NBC News reported that Chase Bank had involved the authorities. Which means people were stupid enough to actually do this. Let me get this straight. You thought the largest bank in the country would actually be totes chill with you committing check fraud and stealing thousands of dollars from them? If your life is like a video game, you are not going to beat this stage. Chase Bank is a Dark Souls boss, and you are out of Estus flasks, my friend. First off, you're definitely going to jail, so let's just rip off that band-aid. You're probably never going to be able to open another bank account or take out a loan, and you're probably going to struggle to find employment for the rest of your life. So, game over. This has been the Internet Report. Thank you all so much for watching, and make sure to comment down below what you think I should report on next time. Remember, here on the internet, nothing's real, nothing matters, and no one can be trusted. Goodbye.
Gulp. Literal idiocracy. I mean, it was just like, I don't even know. I don't even know. Listen, man, some people are dumb, okay? Some people are dumb. If you're doing a hack, none of your information should be anywhere near that, dude. Okay? I can't believe people had to be told that. I can't. Someone tried to get my boyfriend to do it? Oh my god. Oh my god. It's a hack that only has a camera attached and your social security number and your card number and your full name. Oh my god, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I do feel bad for those people, but also, like, what did you think was gonna happen? What did you think was... Anyways, anyway.